have to change that title later. I must have hit return sometime while I was in the middle of typing. All right, but we are live. Hey, welcome everybody to the Trek CC's YouTube channel. This is live stream. I'm calling this the so this is the final round of the TNG card pool public playtesting. This is Maggie Geppert, JedZX8 on the boards, Matthew McAlpin, is that correct on your pronunciation?
Yep.
All right, Matthew McAlpin, Keiimaster. Also, is that correct?
Keiimaster, that's me.
Oh, Keiimaster.
Yep.
You're the Keiimaster.
So that's the joke. Yeah. I had a character that I was Kei, K-E-I-I, and when I went to take that moniker on AOL way back in the day, it was taken. So I said, I'll one-up it and become Keiimaster, and I've been Keiimaster ever since.
Nice. Nice. We'll find the gatekeeper next. So, sorry, I had to nerd out there for just a second. So I'm calling this our who scrapes the bottom of the barrel at last round, right?
Sounds good to me.
Like, woo, us. It's like I was looking at the Subspace Championship Series pre-registration, and I'm seeing all the Illinois flags, and we're all like down at the bottom. I'm like, go Team Chicago, bottom of the barrel.
I think I was one of the last to join that. I said, the South is making an appearance.
Yes.
My Florida flag.
Yeah, I did restrain myself on a post. It's like, Florida's not the South. What are you talking about?
It's south of the South.
It's south of the South. It's New York, but old. I won't on a public stream. I won't repeat a less flattering moniker for Florida.
I'll tell you, you look at that state flag and you look at, I think it's Arkansas, and we basically just stole the flag and slapped a Florida seal in the middle of it.
Well, now I got to go look at that.
That's not terribly original. I don't know which one was created first. Maybe they just took the seal off themselves. I have no idea. But it's a very similar flag.
Well, I'm so pleased that you're willing to stream our game today. And also, I'm glad you're joining in the Subspace Championship Series, which, shameless plug, starts July 4th. Get in there, U.S. National Championships. There's huge. This is huge. Like the first edition and second edition both have huge numbers of pre-registrants. So that's this one's a weekly tournament. This won't be a one-day. So if you're on the fence, come on, guys, jump in. If you want to learn, if you're like, I don't know how to use Lackey, send me a PM, JedZX8. I'll give you a Lackey demo. No problem. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. And there we are. Lackey. All right, so here we are. So I'll start the timer. All right, hour and 45 minutes. Mr. Keiimaster, please, see the doorways.
All right. So we'll start out with a good old-fashioned Q's tent.
I will see your Q's tent.
All right. I will seed a good old-fashioned AU door.
Oh, I'll raise you with this space-time portal.
Aha. And that will do it for my doors at this stage.
Yep, that is also mine. All right, mission.
Shuffle up and deal, as they say.
Yep, I did.
All right, an access archive, still legal for this event.
Indeed, indeed. I have an intercept dignitary.
All right. I have a breach detection grid.
Investigate disturbance.
Evade sensors.
Navigate Argolis cluster.
They resolve local tensions.
Secret Salvage 2.
A covert installation. Slide these over just a hair. Slide that right in there in the middle of the neutral zone.
Okay. Kronos.
And investigate decaying radiation. I'll slide that on the end of the neutral zone right here.
And Distress Mission.
All right, looks like we got a left side, right side thing going.
We do. We do. Well, as soon as that first neutral zone mission came out, I'm like, not putting anything over there.
Odds are pretty good it's going to get pushed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So now comes the habitually, usually quiet section. We try to concentrate on our dilemmas.
Mm-hmm.
See if my combos make sense. I've been playing a different version of this deck, so it's like, wait, that's not what's supposed. Oh, that's right, it's TNG only.
All right. Dual missions, space planet missions. I can put space and I can put planet.
Yes, for resolve local tensions, you can put either or both. They're all perfectly legal there.
All right.
Had a bad batch of last second swapping of dilemmas and ended up putting them in the wrong place. So that's not bode well for me lately. So hopefully I can avoid that this time. My
game against Sexecutioner, which was absolutely it must have been lack of sleep or I don't know what. It was the worst raw noob game I've played in a very, very, very long time. And just yeah. I played one of the many errors I made. I put all of my dilemma combos down in the wrong order.
Oh no.
He was gracious enough as soon as I saw the first mission, he was gracious enough to let me turn all of the rest of them around. I said, look, I'm just gonna leave that first one. I'm not gonna move anything around. And he was very gracious enough to let me put let me put the rest of them in. But it's just like what I couldn't believe what I had done.
I've had a pretty good experience playing with him.
Oh, he's great. He is
not necessarily results wise, but generically.
No. He had I won't say anything more except he had a very powerful an incredibly powerful control deck. Like just a very, very, very well done control deck. And he basically locked me down. And so I was probably a bit, I don't know. I don't think I was on tilt at the beginning of the game, but I was certainly on tilt after a while. And I was just making so many noob mistakes. I felt, and it was just like, I've never done any of this stuff before. Why now?
Like you see a lot of the kids with their console games where they're, at least back in my day, 80s and 90s, where they're trying to steer while they're moving their arms off to the right and their tongue's hanging out the side of their mouth. That's what I'm doing, is I'm trying to put these combos down. It's like,
my son still does that. Heck, every now and again I find myself doing that because I still play video games, still play console games. Not very often anymore.
well, this is kind of a tabletop video game, sort of. There's video and there's a game.
Mm-hmm.
That counts. Now for all the loose ones that are not specifically tied to dilemma combos, figure out where to put them. I had this grand plan with a couple of my missions, expecting them to be doubled. And then here we are, game 4, and it never happened.
All right, so that's everything for me.
Just wrapping up.
Oh, sure thing.
Due to the idiosyncrasies of Lackey, I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't miss any dilemmas that were somehow on the other side of my rest of my seed cards. But that looks about right. So I guess we'll go ahead and start sliding them under.
Yep. But I have played, let's see. I have played against, this is the second Romulan deck I played against. now in this tournament. I don't mind. I don't feel too bad chattering now that we've had 3 rounds. You know, so if somebody's scouting, all right.
Yeah,
So if somebody's scouting us, God help their souls.
Yeah, right.
Looking for clues about who their opponents are going to be in the next. Yeah, no.
All right. There we go. All right. Regular seeds.
Yep.
You didn't have any self seeds, correct?
I did not have any self seeds. No.
I did not either. I will seed the hidden agenda.
Okay. Well, facilities, right? First, and then everything else, or can we put facilities in at any time?
You know, all my games we've all kind of just done it all at once, but
okay. Yeah, we can just go and do it all at once then.
You'll understand very shortly with my deck as to why it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Let's see here. Put a strategic base right here. And that's about as far as I can go without tipping my hand. It's pretty obvious Klingon, I would guess, just from their secret salvage, but any guesses as to mine?
Well, now that you've put strategic base out, that's saying Borg. I was assuming Romulan with all the neutral zone stuff.
Well, they will be coming.
Ah, yes. Then Borg.
Yep.
So this is actually the second Borg deck I've played against.
So Locutus's cube will appear there.
All right, I'm gonna play continuing mission, which I'm going to use to fetch. Where are you? Ah, there we are. Legit leader.
Okay. I will also continuing mission for the ultimate user.
Okay. I will also at this time grab my mission specialists who are, because I'm gonna.
I guess this is where it would technically matter because this one does say seed 1 during facility phase, but this is kind of the facility and everything.
Yeah, the facility phase really is sort of, as I understand it, that sort of the catch-all.
Yep.
So I've always seen people customarily do, so I assign mission specialists, and for some reason, the lackey defaults to the first contact AMS. Because when I built the deck in the deck builder, I put in the TNG logo version of AMS, and lackey defaulted to the first contact one. So I thought that was interesting.
I think there was an update to lackey somewhere during this tournament that may have reverted it.
Mm-hmm.
I will put down a relentless.
All right, so those folks go.
And then my final one. See, this is where it kind of makes, well, yeah, because they will be coming as a facility phase 2, which would get me my ships so that I can put my holodeck door on my board cube. I don't care about the holograms, but it is there.
That's a life choice.
Yep.
I know why.
Yep, that's why it's there. I was like, I have the seed space for it. I'll do it. I still have 2 in my removed. If you're obviously familiar with TNG Borg, you know that those are probably outposts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw them into my tribbles just so that they're not mixed with my regular removed
from game. Gotcha.
Because who knows when they'll come out.
Right.
Believe I am done. You're done?
Yes.
Let's do some shuffling and some drawing.
So I've got officer exchange program. I've got legit leader.
Mm-hmm.
I've got AMS.
2 honor with security and medical as classifications. Very good. All right.
And as my last action in the facility phase, I will draw 7 cards before we start the play phase.
Sounds good. All right. Well, best of luck to you.
Indeed.
We shall see how this goes. All right. Well, I guess I will go ahead and start then with a 11 of 14 reporting for free. I will report an 8 of 20, also for free. As a card play, a 6 of 13. I got the rainbow going right there. They will join crew 1. Since I have a blue drone present, I do have the capability of getting a card draw replacement with lower decks. I have not yet taken my continuing mission draw, but that was the first one I played, so at any point that would have been the draw, so I'll replace that draw with the lower decks.
Okay.
Got to get better at doing things in the proper sequence. And there's the lower decks. Also, once per game on 8 of 20, I can download redirected effort. So I will do that as well, which allows me, now that I have 2 TNG drones, to cycle my cards. I will cycle this card to the bottom of my deck and draw a card. Okay. I will play a Transwarp Network Gateway here. My ship around here. And then using the ultimate user, I will go ahead once per turn to go get an objective. Go ahead and get a consume outpost, which will be targeting covert installation. That will generate a Romulan outpost, which triggers the strategic base and allows me to draw 3 cards. I feel like Mr. Burns rubbing my fingers together. Excellent, excellent. But that does look like about all I'm going to do this turn. So I will take my regular draw and pass it to you, ma'am.
All right, so in place of my normal card play, I will download Gowron to my facility. Okay. He was all the way down there. All the way down there. All right, so 2 all and shuffle. Okay. So that's in place of my normal card play. So now I can play. Now I've got a free play to Gowron. So Riker.
Most excellent free play.
A most excellent free play. And then I have an attention all hands free play. And then I will do my continuing mission draw for that. And I will, in place of my card draw at the end of my turn, I will download so in place of a card draw, I can download IKS PA or any TNG personnel with IKS PA in the lore. So I will go ahead and I will get the PA out and put that in my hand. And that is a download to hand, not a download into play. So I can get personnel out with it, even if I've done a personnel download.
Correct.
That's mostly just a that's color commentary for our for any new players who may want to be watching it, but also, and this is important, reminding myself. All right, so let us, most of these folks, I'm gonna beam up to that. If they're on the outpost. I'm going to send down Gorath for giggles to Boreth and investigate this disturbance.
I see. All right.
Hey, no villagers with torches.
Nope.
And I don't.
2 personnel. You don't have 2 personnel.
Indeed.
Cannot get past. But I'll give you
past
to read
2
the rest of it.
personnel. Yeah, in crew or away team with the highest strength, and 1 additional personnel with highest remaining cunning are stopped. Personnel. Team with the highest strength and 1 additional personnel with the highest remaining cunning. So it basically stops 3.
Right.
All right. So yeah, then for giggles, I'll just send it and see anything else dangerous. I'm going to send 3 people down and let them be stopped to get past.
Okay. All right.
So
they are all stops, and that will, since there's only 3, that will end your mission attempt.
Right, and that goes away, right?
Yep, it sure does.
All right, I was making sure I wasn't making some sort of weird mistake where.
Nope, a relatively safe bet.
Okay. Like that I needed 1 more person in it, or because there wasn't anybody left and it wouldn't, go back under or something weird like that.
Nope.
Alrighty.
Yep, it passes and stops them, but then the mission attempt is then stopped immediately after passing that dilemma.
Yeah, and I think I started that mission. Here's my next new mission. I'm turning red right now. I think I started that mission attempt after I said my end of turn card draw. So now, so I apologize. I just had an absolute moment. So I had already I had already downloaded right. This as my end of turn card draw. I don't know how I don't know how I decided just to go do a mission attempt.
That's perfectly fine because it didn't alter anything. That will just have been your end of turn, and we'll just say that happened.
Yeah. Okay. There. Oh my. All right, Julius, if you're watching this game, I told you I suck. And you're going to be like, yeah, and selfie. Yeah, okay.
All right.
So go ahead. It is your turn, sir.
All right. So let's take a look and see what kind of madness I can get into here. We'll play a 1 of 14 for free. Let's see. Play a 1/3 of 5 for free. And as a card play, just to make things interesting, this may not even slow you down in the least. But I'm going to slide this over and drop a Q-net right about there.
Okay.
I don't think diplomacy is terribly in short supply for Klingons, but it might just slow you down a little. All right, these two will join the crew. They would also, I gotta get better at this. They would also generate a card draw, either one of, well, actually Hugh wouldn't, but one of 14 does. And in place of the card draw, I will download the distribution node that he allows me to download. That would be the continuing mission draw that I'm replacing. Let's see here. Anything I want to cycle? Yes, I will go ahead and cycle this card to the bottom of my deck to get a draw. Ooh, nice. That's well timed. I will play a Q's Tent to go get the next gen version of We Are the Borg.
Okay.
Goes to hand. And yeah, there's no point in starting a scouting attempt because I don't get my draw because I draw no cards this turn. So I will just hand it over to you.
I will save because we've been at this a minute.
Sounds good to me.
Tip to the public watching, save your lackey game regularly. All right, my card play is a Keiimaster collector.
Well, I have no mirror image for that.
No, that's why I felt very comfortable having this here. Okay, so I'm going to, so my free play, my Gowron free play, I will play Moog. My attentional hands free play will be Kachik, and I'm going to give her diplomacy because that seems prudent right now.
Yes.
I have fallen in love with the note feature.
I like it until I move it into a pile because it seems the note drops off.
The tip that I've gotten on that is if you, oh, and she gets a draw for attention all hands.
Sure.
And the tip that I have heard, and I'm checking this now, is that nope, yeah, if the tab that you drag the person to is the one that's open, then the note doesn't disappear. So right now I just checked this and
gotcha. So you drag it to the open tab and not just a random tab.
Yeah. So I clicked on crew 1 and I could drag her in for crew 1. All right. So I have regular card play. I have my attention all hands. I have my Gowron. I haven't seen anybody in the wait, new doc. He has High Council in his lore.
There you go.
Awesome. I don't want to do dig now. No, I don't want to do dig now. Okay, so we will. So I'm going to pull these. Okay, so then who goes next? We'll play that play again. Worked before. So Gorath's going to go down and he's going to take a look at the next dilemma.
Strongest away team member stops. If another personnel present has diplomacy and cunning greater than 7, killed otherwise, there's no other personnel, so he dies. Mm-hmm. And it's only discarded if there's any personnel remaining, which there are not.
Right. Another personnel has diplomacy and cunning greater than 7.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is that's a lockout wall for my Klingons because they are dumb.
Well, not necessarily. They, Klingons have a nice Picard in there. He's not necessarily cunning 7. I don't know, Riker maybe.
Sadly, no.
But a lower decks would help.
Indeed. That's in there somewhere. All right, so then.
It's definitely anti-red shirt, though.
Indeed. Indeed, very much so.
It does seem to be a little anti-red border, but that was not the plan.
All right, so then I need to, in place of my end of turn card draw, I will go ahead and download somebody with IKC PA in the lore. IKS PA, excuse me. Not many of those folks. Vol'jin. I will hand. All right. And it is your turn, sir.
All right. 18 of 20. Report for free. I'll take the continuing mission draw. In 19 of 20. We'll report for free as well. And there's a card play. We are the Borg, as you probably saw coming from my Q-Stent draw.
Yep.
All right. That will fully staff my massive Locutus' Borg cube. So we will zip on over here. Let's take that holodeck with us. That's a range of 9 use with a range 10. So there's 1 range left. And I will send down 19 of 20, 3rd of 5, and 18 of 20 to covert installation to begin attempting to consume this outpost. Since that's the first time I'm trying a objective, I get a draw for that. Let's see what chicanery you have.
I'm not going to fight you.
Okay. Download and seed here up to 2 of the following. And each of those dilemmas here first stops 1 diplomacy, your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no diplomacy in there, so that won't stop anybody, but let's see what you decide to put there.
So First one is Rebel Encounter. Kills one away team member, random selection, unless strength greater than 44, or you bribe rebels first by discarding an equipment card, if present.
Well, I don't have any equipment cards present, so I cannot bribe them.
Yeah, I didn't see an assimilation table, which actually I don't think there's a TNG version of that anyway.
Nope, that's true.
Or anything else that you would want to. So let's take a
So
look
I
at your
put them
strength.
into crew 3 and shuffle. Oh, there's definitely not 44 strength amongst 3. They're strong. They're not that strong.
So 3 people in crew 2?
Correct.
All right. So did.
Yay! If killed, shuffle this drone into your draw deck.
And yeah, oh fun. But the other 2 are stopped because that's an unless.
That is correct. And the I'm not going to fight you goes on the mission.
Goes on top.
Okay. Well, that wasn't the worst possible outcome. Let's see here. Well, I haven't shuffled anything, I don't think. I haven't cycled a card this turn, have I?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so I will shuffle this to the bottom of my deck to take a draw. And that's going to end my turn. I now get 2 draws thanks to We Are the Board. And it is your turn.
All right. My normal card play, I'll Keiimaster.
Okay.
Current plays for free to the Great Hall.
Indeed.
I will play my I will free play Koroth to Galron, and I don't have Zagov out yet, so yeah, I don't have Zagov out yet. So she will be my attention all hands, and then I'll continue. She's a continuing mission draw. And then let's see. So I will beam Koroth down to I will beam Koroth down to Boreth, and once per game, if on Boreth, may download Keiimaster or Clone Machine there. So
All right.
We'll go there. And so man, I cannot believe they put that. So I'm thinking about that Armis sticky situation, and thinking about how that's an OTSD card.
Yes.
And thinking to myself, that's like an auto wall.
Well,
no, not yeah.
Not completely.
No, because all right, so that person is killed unless I have tip and cunning greater than 7, and if there's somebody else there,
then it goes away.
Then it goes away.
So you basically have to declare a red shirt, but it's a random, so it's a 50-50 which one I'm going to pull.
Right. So I thought it was personnel with highest. I thought it was personnel with the highest strength.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yep, strongest away team member.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can. Let's see.
Yeah, the cunning is only to save its life.
Right.
Poor Tasha.
So if somebody, so I can send 2 down
Mm-hmm.
and be all right. So yeah, I'll send Vecma and Basamg down.
Right. And then, ironically, he's got a plate full of food, but yet he's the one being eaten.
Indeed. All right, so he dies.
Yep.
And Vecma goes on.
Yep. This is then discarded.
Mm-hmm.
A bad end kills half your stopped personnel at this location. You have none.
I have none, so nothing happens.
Right, which is why I hoped you'd run through it with the folks that were stopped, those 3 from the first dilemma.
Ah, yes.
But now you need 2 biology to get past.
This requires 2 biology, so she is stopped.
Yes.
I just killed the song, who is my child. But for my end of, there's nothing else I can do right now. So for my end of turn card draw, I will download someone with IKC Pa in their lore.
All right.
Apples, grapes, carrots.
I got more of him.
Sounds good.
So he'll go to my hand.
Yep.
And now that he's dead, I can free play him with attention.
That is true. You're welcome.
All right, then that is all I can do.
All right. At the end of your turn, I'm not going to fight you. Counts down 1.
Yes. So I will yellow token.
All
That's
right.
at 1. So
All
one,
right.
one,
One remaining. All right. And then if you're finished, I guess advance the turn counter.
Oh, yes.
Actually, right here.
All right. So let's see. 6 of 14 will report for free. I'll draw for that.
I'll always remember to bring the stress ball.
Let's see.
De-stressing.
I will also play for free 5 of 14. They'll join the crew. My folks from, let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and cycle a card first before I start moving people around. That really didn't help a whole lot, but that's fine. All right, then the 2 from the planet will beam back up to crew 1. Decide if we want to do this again. Since I don't have diplomacy, I don't have to worry about your stopping.
Much to my dismay.
Yes, but you could have some diplomacy-based dilemmas there. You could just be waiting for me to just walk into your trap. Yeah, I think discretion is the better part of valor. Using the game text of the ultimate user, I will both discard my consume and go get another consume. And we will go ahead and go with, go ahead and do a consume technology on next door mission, which has computer skill in its requirements. So let's It's a legal target for that.
I recently saw somebody, not in this tournament, who played Kobayashi Maru scenario on there.
Yes, that has been up to this point had been part of my deck, but of course it's not TNG, so it went away.
Mm-hmm.
But my latest iteration of this deck no longer includes it. I just found I didn't really need it, and I figured I could use the seed slot because I had another idea. So I'm going to close my deck. All right, and then move over to evade sensors. And I'm going to go ahead and conduct a scouting attempt. It's the first one of the turn, so I got to draw for that. And let's see what's going on over here. The arsenal divided. All right, unique crew.
Do you have any unique crew?
I do. So I will put a unique crew into crew 2.
Okay.
And I will put 0 unique crew into crew 3. You may choose crew 2 or crew 3.
I will choose crew 2.
Of course.
Of course.
All right. So that crew member is stopped. We'll just leave them over there. With lower decks and 7 other crew members, I think 27 integrity should not be a problem. But I'm happy to show them if you request.
7 Borg. No, I'm fine.
All right.
Integrity. Yeah, no, they're all like 5s.
They're all
They're
5 or 7, yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes them all 7 or 9.
Right.
Not 7 of 9, but 7 or 9.
Yep.
Ha
Okay.
ha ha ha.
All right. So,
All right. The birth of Junior. Place on ship.
and I will flip at this time. There we are.
Let's see.
Shades of Great Despair, sir.
I've seen that somewhere before. Okay.
Seeds or plays on table adds 1 to every printed number that appears on this dilemma. So, place on ship, end of each turn, range reduced by 2. If reduced to 0, ship destroyed. Nullify with 4 engineer, excuse me.
4 engineer, yes.
And that also means if reduced to 1, the ship is destroyed.
Yes. So have to consider how we work around that. So that's placed on the ship. So there's no unless there, so I'm not stopped by it. So I guess we are then proceeding because it doesn't, let's see, it doesn't do anything yet.
Nope. End of each turn.
Yep.
So of course I'm sharing my screen. I can't remember. Each versus every, I can never remember.
Yes. So every is both our turns. Each is one player's
yours.
turn. Right.
All right.
So in this case, since I'm the one that's affected by it, it would be the end of each of my turns.
Yep. All right. So the last one is Cytherians.
Very nice.
So
right.
You must proceed to the far end of the space line at normal speed.
Yes. So in my hand, I do not have a transwarp network gateway. If I did, I could reveal it to you, thus proving the shortest distance would be going to my left, your right. But I do not have one. So unfortunately, the shortest distance currently, until that changes, is going to my right, your left.
Yeah,
so
towards distress mission.
Yes. So in this case, since I have used 3 range, that would mean I still have 7. So that will allow me to get 1 mission over because I don't have 8. So I cannot proceed past the breach detection grid. So that will get me to here. Pity that's not a Borg outpost. All right. Cytherians goes on my ship as well. So there are no more dilemmas there, but that requires me to leave before I can complete the mission
Great.
scouting attempt. So I don't get to snag the consume on the way. All right. So let's look amongst my crew and see what I got so I can see how much of a panic I have.
Are you in fact staffed?
Yes, I do have 7 crew,
That's right. Yes.
and I do have the rainbow, all 3.
2 greens,
I beg your pardon?
2 green dots. Yes.
Oh, yes. Let's see here. Green and green.
All right. Good.
That's true. This one requires the extra green. I'm used to the J25 regularly. For good measure, there's a red and a blue, just for those watching at home. Okay. So that's as far as I can go there. Not much else I can do this turn. So I shall go ahead and proceed to my end step and draw 2 cards. And let's see what we have to do. So my range is reduced by 2.
I'm putting a note that you are now
Yes.
at 8.
Yes. Which at present is enough to get me to access archives on my next turn. And it would now be your turn.
Okay. For my card play, I'm going to play the Pa. I will play Basong to Gowron, continuing mission draw. And then I don't have Vol'jin out yet, so he's attention all hands free play.
Okay.
Oh, do have somebody with diplomacy and cunning greater than 7. Look at you, Pikachu. All right, so now that end bio needed 2. I meant to give Kachik bio at the beginning of the turn. Can I do that?
Sure.
All right.
The original dial skill.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Q. I guess technically that was from Riker of Q, if I remember the episode correctly.
Yes. He, in fact, I'm going to send her down there. Invested with the powers of Q, William Riker created the ideal mate for Lieutenant Worf.
Yep, there it is.
All right, so Kachik and Basong are going to go down,
All right.
and they're going to clear out that bad end. I have
Indeed.
no stopped personnel, but I do
Nobody's
have
stopped
2
there.
bio now.
Yep, so that goes away. All right.
It's interesting that you can use a bad end in this, but you cannot use don't let it end this way. If there is, I'm assuming if they made the bad, because that was a BC conversion, I assume they
Right.
also made don't let it end this way, because that's the sibling card in
Right.
second
I
edition.
believe that's the one with Chancellor Gorkon on the table.
Yes,
Oh,
and
it's-
all the Pepto-Bismol pink blood.
Yes, so it's one of the motion picture icon ones.
Yep.
So,
All
all
right.
right, ready?
Yep, ready for this last one.
Anaphasic
right.
organism in the Gilum. Unless security and medical present, female crew or away team member with highest total attributes resigns.
All right. So that would be Kachik. Bye, Kachik.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew her well.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so that is not repeatable. But half of the crew or away team is killed random selection round down unless 3 diplomacy or strength greater than 40. I don't know. Is 1 rounded down to 0, or does that automatically get at least 1?
Well, the first one's in unless, so Hamza is stopped
That's true.
by the first
That's true.
one.
That's true.
So she's dead. So
but that still begs the question: if you redshirt it, would it be 1 person, half of 1 dies, or do you walk through it? It's an unless. So
well, it says random selection round down.
Unless 3 diplomacy, yeah.
Yeah, so 0.
Rounded down would still be 0, but there's still an unless behind it, which would mean you'd still be stopped.
Yeah.
You wouldn't die, but it would just bounce.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so just saying not repeatable means once I don't have to.
Right, anaphasic's done.
Anaphasic's done. All right.
Yep, so it's now just a standard Nagilum at this point.
All right, so.
But I think Nagilum is normally a space, so it's still a legal card.
Yeah, because it's dual.
Dual, yeah.
Yeah, so strength greater than 40 is what you're telling me.
Or the 3 diplomacy, yeah. I know you have 3 diplomacy, but I think there's 1 stranded on the other side of the QNet.
Okay, so, all right. So let's look 7, 16, 25, 23, 41. Okay. All of my crew 1 beams down. We've got.
Everyone else is beaming down?
Everyone else is going to beaming down. So we've got. So we've got 7, 16, 25, 33, 41, and 3 more people.
That will do it.
Yeah. So Borath, honor leadership integ. Honor leadership. And yeah, so integrity 10, 16, 20, 28, 28 plus 8. Why did you 28 plus 8 is 36.
Plenty enough for that.
Yep. And so I used a mission specialist.
Plus 5.
Plus 5. So I'm at 40. And
this is where I'd normally flip over my mission debriefing, but since that's not TNG.
Not possible.
Nope.
All right. So
although it would be easy enough to take any image from them sitting around the table
yeah.
and make one. So.
Oh, sure. Sure. We yeah, so we're gonna pile onto the Sure. All right, we'll pile onto the paw, and we're going to attempt to intercept dignitary.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Unscientific method. Assassin kills most cunning science personnel present who does not have greed or treachery. To get past requires cunning greater than 24 remaining.
Sadly, that's going to be be Korath. He's my only science.
All right. And with the rest of that crew, I'm certain you have cunning greater than 24.
Yeah.
Even though they are Klingon.
6, 13,
Oh, you're good.
20, 25. All right, that one's going to be a Hippocratic Oath, yes?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Just
no.
a scientific method.
Just scientific method. Okay.
Yep. Medical and 3 science.
Yeah, that's been the bane of this deck. Yeah, since the beginning. All right, so that's all that we've got going. I've got. I'm going to use. Well, I'm going to use New Doc's special download of Dig. I'm playing a game. Oh, can you ask Daddy for that?
This kind of noise.
Okay, I can't help right now, all right?
I can wait.
Okay, that's good. Yes, when I'm done with this, I will turn on Cosmic Kids. All right, so I'm gonna use Dig.
Mhm.
So special download Dig. Plays on your non-Borg archaeology personnel to place any one card in your discard pile beneath your draw deck. Oh, yeah. Take Korath.
Sure. Science.
Yeah. So he's going to go send to bottom of deck.
Who is the archaeology personnel that you are playing?
It
on?
is.
Oh, does he, New Doc, have archaeology?
Yeah. New Doc has archaeology. So
I figured as much. I just can't see him.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah. Sorry, I meant to pull him out.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So he's got arc. So it'll play
Alrighty.
on that. I don't have an arc by 2 personnel. Then I can draw a card. So that's that.
I think you still have a floating Fajo from a prior turn.
Oh yeah, I do. All right. He's back in crew 2. All right, so for my end of turn card draw, I'll go ahead and grab Dukoth, who has science.
And Pa.
All right, and that should end my turn.
All right, so I am not going to fight you. Should count down to 0.
Indeed, and go and be.
Go bye-bye.
Go bye-bye.
All right, so let's see if I can make this work. So I will report 19 of 20, who has engineer, and I will draw a card. And I will report 8 of 20, who also has engineer. Let's see here. I believe cycling a card does not count as orders. So I believe I can still cycle a card and get a draw from it.
Cycling a card from what?
From the, where is it? Redirected effort. Let's see. Once each turn, if you have 2 drones present together, you may place 1 card.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
if
that's a
is that an order?
That's an order, yes.
Okay, so it's a timing issue. Let's see. What is the strongest play for me at the moment? Because obviously, the fact that I'm fretting means I don't have 4 engineer yet. And unfortunately, none of the ones I have that have engineer have it as a first listed. So I guess the best route to go, because I really don't want to sacrifice some draws, As a card play, I will play 6 of 14. So he will be my final report there. Because I have one of him, I will sacrifice him to the distribution node to give all of my drones here engineer. So I now have well over 4 engineer to nullify your birth of junior. But I don't think the range gets restored by any effect other than docking at an outpost and restoring it, right?
No, I don't think so.
Its range is still reduced to 8.
Its range is still reduced to 8.
Okay.
So you still have to take the Siberians. You still have to resolve the Siberians.
Yep, at least for now, but at least now I'm not going to blow up along the way.
Oh, damn.
Presumably. So the only way around that at this point is to go ahead and do it anyway. I hate to lose the draws, but I will play a Q's tent to go get Q of Borg, who once played will allow me to ignore the required action of Cytherians, so I will no longer need to follow it, but it still will move me down the space line until I do. Get to draw no cards this turn, so I end up here with my 8 range, and will then end my turn.
May I see Q of Borg, please? Just,
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, my daughter asked me to turn on YouTube for her.
His ship may ignore required actions.
Ah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He also has a handy special download of QNet where I'm at, so I may want to drop one over there once I play him, because it will have to go to where he is. So we'll see.
All right, so it is my turn. So I will,
yes.
So my Galron free play is Kimtar. So he reports to Galron.
Okay.
And then my attention all hands free play will be Dukath, and I will draw a card for continuing mission.
Sure.
And then I will, let's see. Will play as my card play. I'll play a Keiimaster Collector. It's fine. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna dock. People are gonna get on the outpost. And I will. And I will draw a card to end my turn.
All right. That was your end of turn?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's see here. We'll play a 12 of 13, a draw. Go ahead and play a 1 of 14, also for free. This card play will be Q of board, so that I can ignore the Cytherians now. And incidentally give all of my crew civilian, because that's his first listed skill, for whatever that may be useful for. Let's see
I'm
here.
amused by this.
I will go ahead and cycle a card to the bottom of my deck and draw. That's a good one to have. I think I have that one already. Yes, I do. Okay. So, for lack of anything better to do, I will take my 8 range and this very crowded looking cube, go back to here because that's as far as I can get. And take my 2 draws. Turn it to you.
All right, so my Galron free play will be Kurak. So
Another
continue-
science.
Continue mission draw.
Sure.
I got happily drew into that. I will play for Chick, since she died, she can come back alive.
Sure.
She'll be my attention all hands free play.
Mhm.
I will give her science. Okay, so let's see. That. All right. That's handy thing. All right, and then, all right, so that was a free play. That was a free play. I need a card play. Heck. Card play will be Kittrick the Tyrant Molor. So I probably could have given her something different.
Yeah, I think you've got
All
enough
right.
science now, but
I do have enough science now. All right. Now the question is, what's next? What's next?
dun dun
After
dun.
that, what do I have a? Oh, wait, yeah, I still have a floating Keybus from the last. Did it
Yep.
again from my last
the-
turn.
Yep, and Bertha Jr. is still hanging out there somewhere.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is. There we are. Let's clean this table up. Okie dokie. Then what is going to be after that? I'm puzzled because usually that's the last in the combo. I'm assuming Barclays, but if you not, I wouldn't put Barclays after that because you get the medical and the thing.
I'll be honest, I have never seen anyone play this card before.
Huh. All right. Well then.
I don't know if it's going to have any effect, but you know.
All right. You know what? All right. Crew one comes over.
Okay.
I'm. Except wait, I'm gonna leave Gowron on the outpost out of an excess of caution,
Agreed.
since he's my free play engine. I don't
Yes.
want him going. Alrighty. So. All right. I got med,
Very clear.
with science, and science, and science.
Indeed. All right, ready?
Okay.
Invidium leak. Cannot get past
Invidium
unless
leak.
crew has 3 engineer, or a personnel with cunning greater than 7 and medical, or a personnel with cunning greater than 7 and physics.
Okay.
I find that there's not a lot of science engineer people. So you load up on science and now you're lacking engineer.
All right, so look. All right. Engineer.
It's not quite birth of junior level engineer, but it's engineer.
Engineer. I only have one person who has cunning greater than 7 right now because I haven't gotten my lower decks out yet.
Right.
But
I
he
presume they don't
doesn't
have
have
medical
medical
or
or physics. No.
All right.
All right. Yep. Okay. So that'll stop me, but now I know what's there.
Yep.
And
And
next
it's just
turn,
an engineer to get, so it's not.
yeah. Well, next turn I change Kachik to engineer, and Bob's your uncle.
Yep.
Okay. Then I just have to remember to do that at the start of the turn.
That's the time when I would say, nope, you forgot.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And I would be like, all right, yeah, that's fair. All righty. So last thing is I'm gonna see if any of my IKC PA folks. Oh. Yeah, of course I left Gowron on the thing, so anybody, now Kachik is my better bet then. But I will get the Sam because he's good. And my download lower decks guy is sitting all the way at the bottom here. So reveal to all, done and shuffle. So come to hand. And it is your turn.
All right.
We have
So-
26 minutes left.
All right. So we will throw out a 1 of 14, which generates a draw. An 18 of 20. The card play, 6 of 13. We'll join the crew. And I will cycle a card to draw. Okay. All right, I will move this lunk over here. And there are no dilemmas left, so I automatically complete my consume there since I have staff ship. This goes on here. All my green drones now gain all non-intelligence skills from the mission requirements, which includes leadership ×2, navigation, computer skill, and stellar cartography. All right, I will then go get another objective. For time, I'm just going to grab it from my Q's tent. We'll do a consume resources right here. And that was range 3, so another 3 will go here. And we'll send some people down. One of those. Oh, I forgot about poor Hugh. He's still over there in crew 2. It's like, I thought I had another geology guy. So we'll send this one down.
So you got 35 now?
Yes, sorry. And we'll send this one down. So these 3 will begin a scouting attempt here to investigate decaying radiation, which gets me a draw. Hippocratic oath. To get past most cunning medical present. Let's see here. Well, I don't have a vinculum and I don't have a blue here anyway, so I don't have a most cunning medical, so that will stop them.
Okay.
So that's easy peasy. Send down this one, and this one, which now includes a blue drone. And they will go ahead and adapt, negate your
Hippocratic oath. Okay.
Hippocratic oath. Yep. Rotate these to show that they're stopped.
All right. So the next one is
Unscientific method kills most cunning science personnel.
that would be 1 of 14.
Yep, there's only the one science. So that one is discarded. Cunning greater than 24 remaining. I don't think so. That's 14. So there's that. So as long as I send no science and more than 24 cunning in the next batch, that should be fine. So the cunning ones are the green ones. So let's move these two over here, part of this group. So there's a 7, another 7, neither of these have science. And this one, I think that'll do it. 7 and 7, those are both 9s. 18 plus 5 is 23. That's short. I need one more. We'll send this one. So these 4 will then continue. None of them have science.
Okay.
So that will slip by the unscientific method.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we got? Medical and 3 science, of course.
Stopped by scientific method. Yes.
Yep. So I will send this one, and this one down. There's a blue drone. Actually, I think it's only once per turn. Let me double check that. Yeah, once each turn you may play adapt, negate, obstruction to target the ones. Okay, so let's see if that's going to even work with these people. Can't just adapt by it. But that is a science. That's a science. There's a medical. Ooh, and another science. So there's 3 science and a medical. Those 4 will then beam down and scout their way through the scientific method. All right, so they are not stopped, but everybody else is. Come on, Lackey, work with me. All right. So the objective is cleared, but I have to have, let's see. Yeah, it has to be a staff board cube there, and I need to have 7. I don't have 7 at the moment, so I will not get to clear that objective. Hopefully that won't come back to haunt me. So I will go ahead at this point and end my turn and draw 2.
At the start of my turn, I will change Kachik's skill from science to engineer.
Okay.
So, so I did that. Now I got to play cards.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna play. So all my free plays go to Gowron at the outpost. So I've got the song will be my Gowron free play, and I'll draw a card with continuing mission. I will play Dokar for as my attention all hands free play. I will play. Aha. Tong drop.
Okay.
A distress mission. So only 2 personnel, but can staff. That is my normal card play. So they are there.
Mhm.
There. All right, so we will things that we will do. First thing we will do is over here at Intercept Dignitary.
Mhm.
I now have engineer, engineer, and engineer.
Yep.
And then, all right, so 3 engineers, so get by that. And then I need officer security and 2 nav. Well, Riker's got officer and nav.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm doing
Moog has security. Vol'jin has navigation.
I'm doing a germ yoga.
That sounds great, sweetie. I don't know what germ yoga means, but that's all right.
I get you to 75 and one of each type.
Yoga is story. It's a
Yes.
story.
Okay, so I will save. All right, so now we can fly 4 back to Boreth. We can pick up Gowron and other people if we want to.
I know you have Gowron, and I think was it Moog that also had diplomacy?
Yeah, Moog's got diplomacy. No, Moog doesn't have diplomacy, but Alexander does.
Oh, okay.
So I have to.
So that's good enough to get through.
Yeah, I do have to bring Gowron along. So let's see if I want to go through there. Security. Okay, so okay, so all of those folks. It's a lot. I want to try to power through. So I can come here. Bring Gowron. Alright, so Tom over here. And we pick the High Council people up.
Those last-ditch effort decisions, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I know. I promise I'm not stalling.
No. I'm trying to make use of the time for my plan if I get a turn.
I just feel like I have so many people here that I'm like, okay, can I leave some folks behind, and just in case I really screw the pooch.
You've got 2 4s and 2 3s. One of each space and planet. If that helps you.
Security. All right. So Pa's going to come over with crew 1.
Okay.
And wait. It's 6, 15, 23, 30, 37. Boom. Okay. So crew 1 is can fly. We've flown 4 to Boreth. We've got range of 8. We can make it through the QNet because I've got Alexander and I've got Gowron.
Sure.
So we will attempt to navigate the Argolis cluster now.
All right. Ready?
Indeed.
Edo probe.
Oh.
Bearing in mind that I do not complete missions.
Right.
So you are the only other player.
Right. I continue.
Okay. On the mission it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Male's love interest and plague ship.
All right. Male crew or away team member random selection runs off with lover to furthest planet. So I think it's
That's
easier.
going to be
I
local
move
tension.
the females to the aside.
Okay.
Female, 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 all to the aside. Please randomly select a male crew to go to farthest planet.
Resolve local tensions.
Okay. Yeah, it
Ready?
is. Well, that's a space planet. Does that count?
It is a planet.
All right. Yeah. All right. So whoever goes over there, sayonara. All right, Kittrick.
Yep. All right. Now, entire crew or away team immediately die unless medical beams over discarded.
All right, I have. Let's see. This doesn't require honor, so Bekma.
All right. And you get 5 points for that.
I do get 5 points for that.
And that is removed.
All right, Bekma is discarded. All right.
Females love interest and garbage scow. So I don't know if you still have your females.
I'll put them both back in crew 4 then. All right, so all right, so go ahead and grab somebody to join Kittrick
From which crew?
from crew 4, excuse me.
Crew 4. Chick. And the radioactive garbage scow is placed on a space line. Mission cannot be attempted where present. Ship with tractor beam and 2 engineer can tow.
Yep. So I still have no, my engineer are sitting. My other engineers are sitting back at home. So my and I have no range left anyway, so I wouldn't be able to go. Okay.
So you are unable to continue?
Let me double check. Yeah, I'm out of range, so I have 2 engineer.
But you can't tow it
And
anywhere.
tractor beam, but I can't tow it anywhere because I am out of range for this turn.
Ooh. And that unfortunately would mean that you will not continue, do not complete the mission.
Yes, I cannot complete the mission, which means I lose 10 points.
Yep. So I'll move that out of the way. This is still here.
Which is honest, I'm fine with that because you gave me 5 points from
It's a reasonable trade.
the
So that's removed. All right.
the Trillion plague ship.
Yep.
Okay, so then at the end of my turn, let's see what I've got. We're gonna do the IKC palm. Let's see. All right, I've got no more. All right, so I have no more people in the deck. So I gotta get them from the Q's tent. So let's see, reveal to all, none in shuffle. So I gotta grab somebody from the tent. I will download Flag with the officer exchange program.
Yep.
All right, and your turn.
All right. Let's see if I can make anything happen here in the last few seconds here. Let's see. 19 of 20 will report. Get a draw.
Yeah, we've got a little under 4 minutes left.
All right. I'll go with another 19 of 20 using We Are the Borg to get an additional drone report. A 11 of 14. Because I can, just going to throw a QNet there as a card play. All of these folks will come back into crew 1. I don't think it really matters because there's no more people down there. So I'll just send any random 3 down there, which then allows me to then complete the objective.
Mm-hmm.
The ship is more than staffed. So all my blues now gain science, extra-biology, astrophysics, and youth, and that gets me another 30. All right, I will go get an objective. I'll go ahead and get a consume technology for here because it does have computer skill in its requirements. I will zoom over there. And I will go ahead and I guess I've sent some people down, don't I? So we'll send down this one. You know what, just for fun. And I don't want to do that. I'll send these 3 down.
Okay.
Everybody else remains on the ship. And I get a draw for that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Arsenal divided. So I will put 1 over there and 1 over there. So crew 2 and crew 3 each have a person, so you can stop one of them.
I will stop crew 2. No,
Okay.
now correct me if I'm wrong, and I hate these dual planets. How does this work with scouting? Because isn't it everybody on your ship and everybody on the planet are all attempting?
Yes, it's a simultaneous attempt by both ship and crew, ship and away team.
Okay.
So at this point, divide your unique crew members in 2 face-down piles.
Right.
They both, all of my unique happen to be on ship. So you have chosen crew 2 to be stopped.
Yes.
And then to get past, ship must be staffed and have integrity greater than 27, which it clearly does.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab the crew 3 member and put them back into crew 1 so that I remember which one stopped. So the arsenal divided is cleared.
Okay. All right. And your 3 people on the planet are out here.
Yes, and they are not stopped as yet.
All right. So that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I mean, since you've got...
So birth of Junior, place on ship, doesn't do anything immediately. Let's see here if I can nullify it right now.
All right, so that is time, just so you know.
Okay. I can't nullify it at the moment. I only have 2 engineers because I have the other engineers down on the planet, but we'll see if I guess it won't matter anyway because it's not going to have any effect till the end of my turn and the game will be over at that point. So it just simply goes on the ship.
Please tell me I stopped Q of Borg.
Well, I don't know if it works because there's already one in play, but it doesn't say that it's unique. But unfortunately,
I stopped Q.
Yep.
Damn.
So it would go onto the ship. It gets ignored, and then that would mean I would then complete that because I still have a staff ship, and I still have an active crew. So that gets me another 35.
Nice. Good game, sir.
Whew, at the wire.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, because I would have. So my next turn, because I always like to, twist the knife a little bit.
Sure.
My next turn, I would have played Keiimaster Collector. I would have, let's see. I would have played Kachik as my Gowron free play. I would have played lost attention all hands to the facility, drawn a card. And then
Losta doesn't generate a card draw because he's got a.
Oh, that's right, because he's got a special download. So Kachik
Right.
would have generated
But
this,
Kachik would have, yes.
Yeah. I would have given her officer.
Oh, okay.
Is what I would have given her. Strangely few officers. Yeah, so I would have given her officer. I would have downloaded Lower Decks with Losta. I've been waiting for this dude all game. He's been sitting at the bottom of the deck. Oh, yeah. So the card play was Keiimaster.
Right.
That free. All right.
Assume no free at the hall.
Yeah, nobody free at the hall. No, actually, no, he doesn't play for free.
I'd say unless it's diplomacy, probably wouldn't matter because I don't think you have diplomacy on your tongue to get past the QNet I dropped to even join your other crew.
Yeah. So what I would have done. Oh no, that's what I would have done. That's right. And I've forgotten what I was going to do. So I'm not gonna go back and do it. Redo anything. What I had planned to do was use attention all hands and download a Vorcha to my outpost in place of my normal card play, and then I'd have another ship here. But I would have, because I had 2 engineer, I'd tow the scow.
Right.
So I'd tow the scow over here and come back. And then I don't know what's next. Let's see what's next.
So it's a tricyanite poisoning. The closest planet, since this is a space mission, is the investigate disturbance.
And
Gowron
I have
and
Gowron
biology
plus,
would be
yes,
easy.
yeah,
So that wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, I've got Gowron plus biology. Gowron. Yeah. Biology.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Or I also have the honor, leadership, and integrity too. So.
Gotcha. So either side would have worked.
Yeah. So then, officer, nav. Where is it?
Are you playing the officer side or the nav side? Because you don't need nav.
Oh no, for the mission.
Right.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was thinking something else. I was thinking. I was still thinking back to intercept dignitary.
Gotcha.
Officer leadership security. Where's my security? Oh, there she is. So. Yeah, so
Strength
security.
36 from Klingons, not really a problem.
Yeah,
Especially with the lower decks out there.
Yeah, I've got Kailash.
So that -5 points wouldn't have hurt you.
No.
I mean, the 5 points net that you lost because you still would have won to 105. So very close match.
Very close match. Yeah, so this is an interesting format. I don't, there wasn't all that much that I was. Okay, so the big thing I was missing was, we've got headquarters with the next gen logos on them,
right?
But we don't have HQ secure homeworld. So if Charlie's looking for, information on what cards to add to the pool to put a TNG logo on, that would be top of my list. And I think that's top of a lot of people's lists.
I think a lot of people would like the headquarters. Agreed, definitely. I would love to see some more Bajoran Cardassian. I didn't see any, just to make them a viable, either that or just write them off completely and just say, hey, they're just not going to happen except as, treated cards. I don't know if the treaties even count because I don't know if those have next gen logos on them. So
no, not
you may just have to keep it the 5, Ferengi, Klingon, Fed, Romulan,
and Borg.
Borg, and then non-aligned. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of non-aligned that they might be able to play as their own. I would love to see personally and there's probably a good reason why there isn't, but I would love to see a TNG Borg with science as a first listed skill. But,
well, they've got, you know, there's all sorts of things. There's still stuff to mine from Best of Both Worlds.
oh, sure. And there's all, I mean, you could get a retask easily out of almost any Borg related shot.
Mm-hmm.
Retask would be nice. And I know there's obviously other stuff that they're going to come up with. I don't think that they blew all of their ideas with the ultimate user as being the only thing that you could continuing mission for Borg. So I'm sure there's more stuff coming. I will take this time because I think it's funny. Did you have any intention of going after Secret Salvage?
No.
Okay. Well, obviously, it grabs the Outpost raid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course.
Then oh, look, I told you I'd seen that somewhere before.
Uh-huh.
What do you think's behind it?
Cytherians?
Of course it is.
Of course it is, yeah.
So great minds think alike. When you played it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what that does.
Yeah, nice. So I also had, you didn't run into...
I assume those other hidden agendas are probably seed stuff into the dilemma stack.
Yeah, it's, so the... so one of them was Shades of Grey Cruelty.
Okay.
One of them...
2 exobiology.
Oh,
yeah, that's ugly.
Darn! You know what I forgot? You know what? I'm kicking myself now. You know what I forgot? When you killed Vecma.
Oh.
Ah!
There's your yell. There you go.
Yeah. Oh well. Should have been 75. Oh well.
Yep.
So then I put in on Charlie's suggestion. I put in examine singularity because he's like, you know, somebody might try to run a black hole deck.
Fair.
You never know. So I put examine singularity in there. I've got my other hidden agenda is expand the empire.
Okay.
Once per game at the start of your turn for each mission opponent seated where you have Klingon personnel, you can download to hand different interrupt with Klingon in the title or game text. So I could use that to get the Klingon death yell.
Sure.
So that was because I had a seed slot and I like fun.
Gotcha. So I didn't really have anything else really sneaky, I don't think. I did have midway through this one was a shore leave, which would have gotten me a male and female's love interest out of my Q's tent.
Mm-hmm.
It was preceded by the Hippocratic Oath that you were referring to earlier, and followed by a firestorm. Again, got to figure you're going to place some Romulans. And then the other mission was a mirror of the one you faced, with an Edo probe, males and females, scow, and the tricyanite, which in this case would have pulled the treachery ×4, navigation ×2 plus computer skill, because unfortunately, based on your mission selection, the tricyanites just weren't going to do much.
Yeah, that dilemma is interesting. It feels very hit and miss. Over here, what I did at Access Archives, because it was the closest mission to any of mine, is I had a Good Day to Lie.
Oh yeah.
To get Duras. Then I followed that with.
And I assume that's the Duras that assassinates.
Yes.
Which unfortunately wouldn't work against me because I don't complete missions.
Right.
But very good tech anyway.
Yeah, so he's, yeah. Yeah, where are you, Duras? Yeah.
Yep.
So it's all very, I gotta say, coming as a second edition player, it's very disconcerting to see all of the, backwards compatible cards. I'm like, oh, I know that card. He's in my other Klingon deck. And then that other Klingon deck.
That's not what he does.
Sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes it's very close on the conversion, and sometimes it's like way far away on the
Yeah.
conversion.
It's like, yeah, we just use the same image.
So yeah, that was yeah. I mean, that's generally good tech.
In
And
this
then-
particular version of my deck, I have one of each of the consumes there, and then these guys
Uh-huh.
are
So you
all
could
available.
assimilate homeworld.
No, assimilate homeworld just as defense.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously, if I'm facing Klingons, they can attack me and will in Armada form. Romulans are likely to do the same. And oh, by the way, Fed can attack me too. Plus, they've got, I've got two of them that give me officer, which didn't happen to be necessary, and one of them gives me VIP if necessary. The leadership time too is kind of nice, except for all my greens have that. So that's one of the reasons why I picked that. And for those that were wondering what this holodeck door was about, is for the was emergent life forms.
Oh, emergent life. Yeah, that was yes, that was the one that
your
that was what I
engineer
was assuming.
with a holodeck. Yeah, exactly. And so I thought, oh, that seems to be a no-brainer with my slot available. Might as well just throw that in there just in case I get hit with it, because Borg struggles with it.
No, that's good. That's a good idea. I did not have that dilemma in here.
Gotcha.
So what
in
else?
the back of my mind, there's always, okay, God is going to be there somewhere, but it's not in this environment. I'm so thankful, but it is a pain also for Borg players.
Yeah, I mostly found myself, because things like, so so credit to this deck, and I'm sorry, Chris Sonstaby, lore on boards. This was your deck, and I sucked. This was his.
You did admirably.
I went 0-4 in this tournament, though.
Well, I went 1-3, but
but
I don't think it's necessarily that you played poorly or anything of that nature. I think you did very well. I got lucky with some placement. I have some free stuff in here. Obviously, for those watching, the resolve local tensions was one of the two that I was expecting to duplicate. That's there so that maybe I can mess with Fed player that's going to put Starbase 247 there because it's a space mission. And the Access Archives is strictly there so I can steal it and maybe get 30 points out of it instead of you getting 60 or 70. But
gotcha.
Now that it's banned, it's irrelevant. But that was my plan. Those two were there for, and the rest are all neutral zone, which is my standard tech with this deck. If there was a neutral zone card that I could have played, which is TOS logo, I would have definitely swapped out one of these two for another neutral zone just to get the extra draw. But unfortunately, not an option.
Yeah, I was so when I grabbed this deck, because I'd been wanting to try out a legit leader deck anyway. So when I grabbed
it's a good
this
deck, I have one too.
Yeah, the first thing I did, of course, was just pull everything out that wasn't TNG logo. So that included things like that. Like this particular deck had a Q10 Civil War. That's Voyager logo. Most of the ref, so you don't have Tribunal of Q.
Right.
You don't have Q the ref. Most of the ref cards are not TNG logo. The only one that comes to mind right now is Scorched Hand. So I took all of that stuff out of the tent. I took, and then all of the special downloads that don't work. So Emergency Transport Unit, the ETU on Riker.
Yep.
Doesn't, that's not TNG logo. I'd love to see a Warrior's Birthright with a TNG logo on it. That'd be awesome.
Right.
Because that one's DS9 logo. So that, all that stuff came out. So the strategy was, well, I've got all this space in my 10. Do I go and like put stuff in for officer exchange program, or do I put in Q10s into my deck so I can pull stuff out from that? And I decided instead to use a bunch of the downloader dilemmas. So my tent is actually full of downloader dilemmas. Wheel to all.
Because this deck was already designed as a TNG based deck, I didn't have to do as much work to it. I had to pull out a couple of things here and there. But because I am forced to use TNG drones and that sort of thing, it didn't hurt much. So I did the same thing, like you said, with the male and female's love interest in my deck. I think I had, let's see, in my discard pile were 2 tents. I had 3 more in the deck, a couple of transwarp network gateways, which again is there in case I hit an early Cytherians that, oh, I've got it in my hand, so the shortest distance is going here, playing one and zipping to the other side. But I just didn't happen to have one in there. I've got several of the adapt negate obstructions, which unfortunately, since I don't have the Borg data node, that's a missed opportunity because I love pulling one of those into my deck every turn and then cycling it to the bottom of my deck to draw something else. It's a free mechanic, but that's not an option either. So I loaded up with some extra Q nets. I said, that's just good tech. Why not? It's probably going to stop somebody. So I had 3 of them in the deck, one of which I could special download with Q.
All right. Well, I am going to head out for the evening. Thank you so much for the game.
Appreciate it. Glad we could get it taken care of. And always good to meet you and play.
Good talking to you again. So I'm
So
going to go
hopefully
ahead.
I'm looking really forward to whatever's going to happen from the analysis of the games to determine if this is a viable environment. I think it definitely will be. It just may need a few tweaks. So that's why we did this.
Yeah. So are you playing? You said you're playing that's right. You're playing the National. So I'll shameless plug. Subspace Championship Series starts Saturday. Everybody come and play.